Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. We are back. We're back. Real Housewives of Atlanta has returned for season 14. It's 14 seasons. Wow. I haven't been reviewing it for all 14 seasons, of course. I feel like when I came on, I was reviewing, I don't remember what season. But I've been watching since about like season 2. So yeah, it's been a long road. I want to say that this episode, we're starting off with a bang. It was good. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of the older, or should I say the earlier episodes or the earlier seasons of Housewives of Atlanta. The fun shade, it was fun. Everything is lighthearted, nothing too serious and detrimental to people's brands and stuff like that. It's just it was all right. I enjoyed it. Okay, we start off with Kenya. She is practicing her dance moves with her dance partner from Dancing with the Stars. And she crushing on him, and I'm just like, girl, okay. Please let that go, but okay. Marlo and Candy, they show up to her rehearsal, and Marlo, she has to give us a whole breakdown on her edges and how they're doing. They're doing well. She had a transplant surgery. I want to say she was referred to this doctor by Drew. Drew had the same she had the same procedure done. So they shave your hair like in the middle, and they, hair transplant. They put it up here on, where your edges are. And so she's doing well with that. She tried to say that her edges was growing back, but the receipts, like, that's a wig. That's baby hairs from the wig. So the least you could have done was, like lift her up like, these are the edges. They're here. But I mean, I guess we're going to pretend that the wig edges, those were the results. But anyway, Marlo, not Marlo. Yeah, Marlo. She talks to them about her, her new business venture, Le Archive. Well, it's really Le Archive. Like if you kind of like roll it. She spelled it wrong. Yeah, we already know. It's L apostrophe archive, not L-E, not lay archive. That's not it. That's not it. Anybody that took some French knew that was incorrect. But anyway, she tells them about the event that she's having. She wants to invite them. It's basically a grand opening, if you will, or come look and see what I got. It was kind of like an exhibit, if you will. Marlo is telling us about, her aspirations for the business, and I'm all for it. I'm here for it. She wants to basically work with different stylists that work on, sets, on productions and things of that nature. She wants to style the stars on the show. So when we seeing Monet Tejada in the finest of garments, Marlo want to say, I did that. And I'm here for it. We got to have a good stylist, have some good pieces for a good movie, for a good television show. It's got to be appropriate, and whoever does period pieces, like, they're great. They're great. And I'm going off topic, but it just makes me think about all of the different shows that I've reviewed and that I've watched where I'm very impressed with the wardrobe. And so that would be Marlo's job. And yeah, so I'm here for that. I hope that she does well with that. They showed us that she had been working with Tammy Roman on on a project. I want to say it might have been Tammy's show, or she's on a show. I don't know, but she was styling her, giving her, renting out a few pieces for her. We only renting to the celebrities, so us regular folks can't just call up the archive like, hey, I'm trying to come around there and rent a few pieces because I'm going out to brunch with the girls. No, we can't do that. Now, you're going to the Met Gala, call her. If you're in the industry, call her. She started talking about that billionaire ex because she always bringing up the billionaire ex, and they all both Candy. I mean, not both Candy, but yeah, both Candy and Kenya, just get up and walk away like, girl, okay, you and this billionaire, like how like how long we gonna keep bringing him up and riding his coattail? Whatever he left and set up for her, she has been riding off into the sunset with it. He took care of her, whoever he was. He took care of her. While they're chatting about, the billionaire, Sheree strolls in right on time for the billionaire conversation. That's what she want to talk about too. We talking about money. We talking about a bag. Okay, I'm down. I came just in time. But anyway, she can't even get in. And Sheree's face, is it me? Or something looks off about her, about right up in here. Right up in here. Maybe she's I'm sure Sheree, does the fillers, the Botox, It's starting to show now. Like whereas it might have looked a little natural back in the day, now it's not settling well. It's giving Jada Pinkett right about the cheekbones. I don't know, Sheree, you might need to just cool it on the fillers. Cool it, please. But anyway, she sits down and, Kenya wants to get right into it. So how's Tyrone? He's out. Tyrone is out and he's in Philly. He cannot, he's out on parole, so he cannot leave the state. But they, she gets her visits in. Okay, how often do y'all have the sex? How often are y'all having sex? Sheree says they done had sex once, and how was it? It was quick. I'm like, well, dang. Just don't put that man business out in front of capacity. Now the whole world knows that he a too many man. Anyway. She's, of course, like, y'all got all these questions for me. So what's going on with y'all? And in this scene, y'all, Kenya was when I say Kenya was laughing, she was tickled. She was having her a good laugh talking about Sheree and Tyrone. But anyway, it's how often do you see one another? She says they see each other maybe twice a month, but she gave this man a little taste, and now they're practicing abstinence, and all of them were like, what? Why, girl? Don't you think, like, listen, he's fresh out, so it would behoove you to lay it low and spread it wide, at least for a little while. Like, you're not afraid that he gonna, step out there and do what he need to do to fulfill those needs that you're not fulfilling? She says she ain't worried about it. She got that wop. Anyway, okay, enough about me. What's going on with you, Kenya? Kenya says that she and Mark are still in the process of this divorce. He won't sign the papers. She wishes that he would hurry up and sign these papers so she can move on with her life. It's been 3 years. They've been going through this divorce longer than they've been married. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can hold people hostage like this in a marriage. Like, the judge ain't forced him to sign, but I guess you can't do that. Anyway, she's, ready to move on. She's happy in life. Marlo, she asked, Candy, what's going on with her, and Candy, says that she and Todd are good. Right now they're dealing with the growing pains of marriage. We tired. We ain't even having sex at night like that. Like, we get it in, but like not like that. Cause I mean, and I'm pretty sure all across America, with wives everywhere, were like, girl, yes, we know. I feel seen. Don't play with me. It's nighttime. It's bedtime. It's time to go to bed when we lay down and go to bed at night. Like, you're gonna have to catch me in the daytime. Catch me, when I'm up and awake, like, or like, because you don't want it to be like an appointment, like, we'd be tired. We'd be tired. Anyway, Marlo, we see her busy being Muncie. You know, she has her nephews Michael and William. Her sister is incarcerated, so she's had the boys for 3 years now. They've grown a lot since the first time we saw them. But I love seeing her in this role, in this capacity, seeing her be nurturing and motherly. She's cooking for them, you know, making sure that they getting up on time for school and all of that. Like she's really taking on the mommy role. But you know, there's that, she's the auntie as well, so there's that, you know, extra. I'm sure she spoils them, you know, because she's their auntie as well. But she's giving them a better life and she's proud of it. Drew and Ralph, because they gonna get on my nerves. But anyway, they headed to the gym to work out with our new housewife, Sonya, and her husband, Aaron Ross. And both of them are athletes. You know, we already know Sonya Richards Ross is a 4-time gold medalist Olympian. She's Jamaican American, but she represented America. Yeah, when I say America, it just sounds so, I don't know, it always comes off my tongue like, ugh, you know, I don't know. Slavery. Anyway, she and her husband meet Ralph and what's the lady name? Drew. At the gym, and they're gonna work out. They did like a little obstacle relay race sort of thing. I don't know why we racing the full-time Olympian track runner. I don't know, but she was giving light work, you know, a little light jog across the thing. Meanwhile, Drew over there, you know, she's panting. She panting and carrying on to the wall, back to the you know, wherever they were to pass the baton. But of course they lose. But you know, enough of that. They talk, the women talk and the men talk, but they both talk about the same thing. They're talking about Drew and Ralph's marriage and their situation. You know, she's like, we had our stuff going on last time with the whole Tampa trip. We still haven't gotten down to the bottom of the whole Tampa situation, but now there's something new. He hired this new assistant. Apparently she probably bad, you know, it's probably giving Instagram model, I don't know, but she's his new assistant, and Drew had a problem with that. At least that's Ralph's side. You know, she got a problem with it when I hired a woman. Anyway, over there with Sonya and Drew is telling Sonya that she wasn't feeling that, and so she packed up her kids and she went back to Chicago. And that didn't work, you know, because he told her, you come between me and my dream, I'm choosing my dream. And Sonya was like, what? He said that. And Drew just laughing it off like it's funny. It's like, this isn't funny. Like, are we playing a game right now? Is this, you know, a storyline and a storyline only? People gonna get enough of getting on this TV playing with their marriage and using their relationships as storylines. And if you are going to use your relationship as a storyline, like to bring this much negative attention towards it, I don't understand. And then, you know, when the public has their opinion, now it's a problem. But you invited all of this because you want to play with your marriage on TV. So, okay, Drew and Ralph. While they're, you know, both talking about the same thing, they overhear one another, and Drew goes over there, y'all talking about me? Yeah, they talking about you. He talking about we just talking about how happy we are. And she was like, oh, because we're happy. And they just both get a good old laugh about it. Everything's a joke. Ralph says that, he got the assistant because he's writing a book. He's writing a book on being a stepfather. And I guess he needed help, you know, with doing that. And he hired this assistant. Kenya, she's at the house with Brooklyn and Brandon. I'm like, did Brandon wake up there? Anyway, Brandon is there. And she gets a knock at the door, and it's this girl, and it's in her couture pink gown, and she's there with a message from Marlo. You know, this is something that something out of Karen Huger's book with this invitation, and the girl opens up the laptop and it's Marlo there, explaining to them that they're invited, they're cordially invited to the ballroom for a ball, I guess. She wanted them to come out to would it be a grand opening? Her archive exhibit. That's what I would call it. Everybody gets their invite, so of course we see everybody get the invite. And the only person with some shade is Kenya, because Kenya say, "Girl, this little laptop." Tell her to do better next time, okay? Tell her that. She said it was looking cheap, and it was, because it wasn't even an Apple laptop. It was like, I don't know. It was Dell. It was something. It was work computer. I don't know. Maybe next time it should have been like on an iPad. I don't know. Anyway, Sonya and her family, they're having dinner. Her parents live with her. They moved back to Atlanta. Sonya used to have her own show. I want to say, I feel like it was on OWN. But it was right after after the Olympics, and she was on all over the forefront. And they gave she and her husband a reality show. So she's not new to this at all. And it shows that, she knows what that is to have these cameras following her, and she doesn't seem, nervous about that or out of place at all. She know what this reality TV gives. Anyway, she and her husband, they disagree on, I guess this is their storyline. He wants a daughter. She don't want no more kids. At least, I guess, maybe not right now. I don't know, but she's saying to him, another baby could be, the detriment to our marriage. And he says not having one could be the detriment to our marriage. So they're at a crossroads. And he ain't with it. She says that he wasn't present the first time. She was alone practically. He kind of checked out. And so she ain't doing that again. And I understand that. You're not finna put me through that again. You want me to bring a child into the world, and you just gonna leave me alone to do it, and you'll tap back in when the baby gets here? We're not doing that. But I guess this is what their situation is gonna be. Drew, she's having this gathering at her house. She wants everybody to come over and taste her food prep. I forgot to tell y'all this. She is starting a fitness program. And she started it. I don't know if she started it or she joined it. I don't want to call it a pyramid scheme, but it's sounding that way. It's sounding that way. Like she bought up a bunch of products and now has to resell. I don't know. But she wants them to come over and taste her meal prep food. And she's been doing this product. It's called Drop It with Drew. And she supposedly was asked to be the face. And I said, but it's called Drop It with Drew. That's like on brand for you. So like, is it yours or whose is it? I was confused. I was confused about that. But she's doing that. And so she's having everybody over to taste the food. She making everybody take a shot for the end of the house. And when Candy get there, her assistant, I don't know who this man was. And he's, "Hi, Candy Legendary." Candy like, "Hi. Okay." "Okay, how you doing? Okay. Please get him up out of my face." Because he was doing a lot. He was trying to get his close up. He was trying to get his close up. They all taste the food. It's good. It's actually pretty good. Candy can't wait to tell Sonya, or was it Sonya? Can't wait to tell Candy. It was Sonya, because Candy didn't know. And she, right out the gate, can't wait to tell that lady business about what she talked about with her, in regards to Ralph and that assistant. And so now they got to fill Candy in on what's going on. And Drew, before she can, really dive into what's happening, Ralph come back in the room, oh, so what y'all, so what story, what version of the story are you giving today, babe? And I'm like, he's weird. Candy said, was you out there listening? He was out there listening. He was out there listening, waiting on his cue. Waiting on his cue to come right back on in there and be all up in y'all's business, all in y'all's face, worrying about what y'all talking about, trying to control the narrative. He's crazy. Something about Ralph is off. I've been saying that since we met him last year. He's weird. But anyway, they not having it. They, you know, they hold his feet to the fire too. Like, you're not getting out of this. You that lady texting you talking about she want to give you a massage. A massage. So what was that text thread like? You know, like he runs it back. Okay, so what did you say? Because he tries to, you know, like tell half of the story, and Drew was like, what was really said? She said, because he said somebody's back hurting, and she says, you know, you should have went to those appointments that I set up for you for the massage, or I could have just done it myself. And we're like, well, what was your response? And he never give us his response. All he said was, I'm a man. Which basically says, you come over here trying to give me a massage, we gonna smash. Because I'm a man. So, it's probably best that you didn't come. Because I'm a man. They all were like, so you just gonna leave that door open for her? What's her name? Candy want to know, what's her name? What's her name? So she can look her up on Instagram. Drew is talking to them about her weight loss journey, y'all. And this was before Ralph came out there. And production, this review kind of all over the place too, and I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. The next one will be more, you know. We're gonna try, at least. We're gonna try. But anyway, she when she does talk to them about her weight loss journey and why she started this program and all of that, production shows, because she says that she lost 25 pounds in like 3 weeks or something like that. And then all of them were like, wow, girl, really? And then production shows us that was a lie. They show her before and after picture, and it's just, there's just no change. There's just no change at all. Maybe a change in the filter she used, but absolutely no change in her body. She need to stop lying. She don't care about lying, because Drew will lie. If she don't do nothing else, she gonna lie. All right, it's the day of Marlo's event. Sheree and Marlo, we see them FaceTime beforehand. When the guests arrive, we see Angela Simmons is there. Alonzo Arnold pushes through. There were a lot of different stylists there. It was the who's in the fashion world as far as Atlanta goes. I want to say Fashion Bomb Daily was there. The creator. Yeah, she was there too. Anyway, the ladies are, they're talking about, coming in, because they're coming in and all of them have questions. I don't know why we got so many questions. It's pretty obvious that this is just an exhibit. You are to look at the pieces. This is what she has in her store. And if you want to do business, you know where to find her. They was trying to see price tags. They thought they were going to see a fashion show. She didn't say she was going to do none of that. So I don't know why or what gave them the impression that this is what it was. But anyway, while they're talking, amongst one another, everybody with all their questions, one of them brings up Kenya, and she was telling them that she didn't know if Kenya was going to be there or not, because the night before, Kenya was released from Dancing with the Stars, and she was a little bit upset about that the night before. So she didn't know. She hadn't heard from her. Kenya is pushing through, though. She is there. She's in the building. Kenya walks in, and she looks amazing. She looks amazing. Sorry, y'all. When I've been doing videos and I have been talking for, a long period of time, periodically a time, I get this tickle in my throat. in my throat. Anyway, Kenya shows up and she looks amazing. She's beautiful. She is like best dressed. She looks great. She's body, so she's back. You know, that COVID weight we saw last time, that's no longer there. She got herself back on track. Kenya looked great, and she knew it. She knew it. She came in, of course, critiquing, you know, where's the food? This is the ballroom, no ball. Talking about how dreadful. Kenya, I knew it wouldn't be long because she and Marlo were really getting along earlier in the episode, and I was just like, this is working out for now, but I don't know. This for now. This is okay for now. Drew pulls Kenya to the side, you know, to rehash last year. You know, we got off on the wrong foot. Portia's not here as my ally anymore. I need to get back in your good graces. And Kenya, you know, touche. You know, if I can squash things with Marlo, then you and I, we good. You know, it wasn't even that serious in the first place. And again, for now. Marlo finally shows up like 2 hours late. And she looks great. I really do like the dress she had on with the feathers. But they do have food, and I'm like, why y'all kept saying ain't no food? It's hors d'oeuvres. It's horse divers. Shout out to Cole. It's horse divers. It's a few hors d'oeuvres and you know, finger foods out there. Go on and grab you something off the plate. But she finally shows up and she gives this speech, of course, about how she done made all this money and came into all this money. She just, you know, being Marlo. And when she's finished, Sonya and Sheree beeline to her to tell her what's been going on. Oh, the girl said, where the food? Where's the rest of the fashions? It's going to be a fashion show. This venue, like what? They had a lot to say. And of course, you know, that just triggered Marlo, and now she upset. Now she really upset. Back over there with Candy and Kenya and Drew. Candy's like, oh, Drew, can I tell Kenya about what's going on with the assistant and Ralph? Well, yes, now you have to say something because, I mean, you done said half the story. Like, okay, Candy girl. But anyway, Drew is fine with it, and she fills Kenya in on everything. Candy done some digging. She found the girl. So, you know, Kenya is looking at her on the phone. And, you know, while they're filling her in on what's going on between the two of them, Kenya is just like, you're going to have to stand firm on something. You're going to have to set it straight because no. That's inappropriate and we can't have that because she online making posts, you know, making cryptic posts that are indirectly directed at Drew. Something along the lines, if I wanted him I could have him, something like that. And so he ain't fired her at all. He's still in communication, telling the business because she getting on social media feeling ballsy. Yeah, can you say you're going to have to nip it in the bud and you need to do something about it now. Of course, Marlo, she back over there because, you know, she done heard it, that people was talking about her. So she go over there, you know, so what was said, you know, what was all of this y'all said? I heard that y'all said this. I heard that y'all said that. And so now Marlo is on defense and everything anybody is saying to her as it relates to that side of the couch, Drew, Candy, and Kenya, she's, you know, snapping back. She want to know what all of them said. Candy repeated what she said. Well, I was just questioning where the money was coming from. Like, how are you going to make money off of this? Marlo explains how the business works, and you know, it's very legit. Questions about the food, questions about the venue, all of that. You know, then Marlo got to go, you know, combat it with Reed. She can't read because she just hits below the belt and tries to drag your past or drag some shit you can't even control. That's Marlo. It's lighthearted. It doesn't get too deep or anything like that. Nobody gets mad other than Marlo, of course. But I forgot to tell y'all. See, damn, I'm forgetting stuff. When Marlo was giving her speech, she had a dress up there that I want to say, was it Valentino? I can't remember, but She had a dress on that was on display, and it was her first dress that she bought, her first designer gown. And she paid for that thing in installments. She kept going back, putting money down, until she could bring it on home. And Drew was like, "Oh, can we rent the dress?" And she gonna say to her, when was your last booking? When was your last gig? Are you still in the industry? Drew was like, "Bitch, that's what we doing." I'm just playing, girl. I'm just playing. She was not playing. She was not playing with that girl. Marlo is going to be on Drew's neck all season. I just know it. She just be dragging that girl. Drew is one of those girls. She's an easy target because she's one of those girls that she'll get back with you, but she's lame. Like she has that. Let me not say she's lame because that wasn't even necessary. But she's like, if you know what I mean, if you know, that girl that's really trying to be friends with the popular girl, trying to be friends with the girl with the head cheerleader. She's not really cool like that, but they tolerate her. You can go get my bags sort of friend. That's how Drew comes off. Like a dude girl, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's just how she comes off. Anyway, Marlo goes to do another wardrobe change. And when she comes back, she has all of this big old gown on. It's beautiful too. But of course they still have something to say about that. Sheree said it looked like the candy that her auntie gave her, out of the bottom of her purse, at church. The strawberry looked like a strawberry. That's what they said the dress is like. It was very avant-garde. I loved it. I kind of liked it. They had all this going on in the front. I usually like the dresses that have all this in the front, It was nice on her. I'm sure it photographed well too. Anyway, we end with that, with Marlo confronting the girls about, what they were saying. They're haters. They wouldn't know what fashion is anyway. Like, they're not the fashion girls. Marlo got mad, and from that moment forward, it was, I'm just gonna be petty. But that's where we end. We'll be back next week for episode 2. This is going to be a great season. Sonya has come in very messy, and so for that, we know sis did her job. She's here to stay as well. Like, she's a cast member, so we know she it's only up from here with her. I'm sure she brought what needed to be brought. Anyway, let's go. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.